Hey, what's up everybody? Dutchman Games here, and today we are going to continue the RPG game series. Today we are going to install health bars, or health bar, stamina bar, and mana bar. Now, to get this started, we're going to need something to show the bars, which is going to be the main HUD. And to make a main HUD, we need a widget. Widgets are basically overlays on the game that can show several texts and all that type of stuff. We want to call this HUD, just to keep it simple. Now this is the widget. This screen here kind of shows the game screen, and we want this to be set to the game itself. So when we start the game up, the game will load our third person character. But we need this character to also load up the widget. So we can do this in a few different ways. We can set it up in the main character, or we can set it up in the level blueprint. But we're going to set it up in the main character. Basically, what we need to do is we need to go to begin play. Event begin play is an event that starts when the game starts, right? So when the game starts playing, this will run always. You can set up important stuff in here, like a cinematic or the widget. And then to explain the events, you also have an event tick, which we'll also be using soon. This event will start every tick. So every, not just a second, every tick of the game. All right, let's start with the event begin play. We're going to create widget, and we're going to create HUD. Then we're going to add it to viewport. Now, the reason why, if you just create a widget, it won't do anything. And I can show you if we compile this. It will say it's fine, but it will not actually start up the widget because you have to add it to the viewport. Now, why is there a little thing in between? Because let's say this widget has some special texts or whatever, we can actually set those texts before we add it to the viewport. So we can edit the widget before we add it to the viewport. For now, this is all we need. Show HUD. In the HUD, we want to set up a few things. We want to set up a health bar. We want to set up a mana bar. And we want to set up a stamina bar. Now, you can make this look nice. You can make this in any way you want to do. I always like to make the mana bar a little bit smaller than the health bar, and then the stamina bar the same size as the mana bar, roughly. Here we go. These will be our three bars. Now, the way that we will set this up is we will anchor them to the corner of the screen. The anchors make sure that they stay where they are supposed to be. And then we will also need to set up the health working in these bars. Let's name this one health bar, just for clarity's sake. Let's name this one mana bar, and this one stamina bar. So you need to drag the progress bars from the side and put them in. All right. Now we need to change the fill color and opacity of the health bar to red, the fill color and opacity from the mana bar to dark blue, and the fill color and opacity from the stamina to green. And you can see how it looks if you actually fill up the percentage. You can see how it will look. So just for you know, just to see how it will look. Now we need to bind these to our main character. So what we need to do is we need to go to percent to progress on the side, percent, and then bind, create binding. And here we need to drag the main character we have cast to main character. Sorry, cast to third person character, because that's what our main character is named. I usually name it main character, that's why I'm saying it like that. And then we want to get the player character, which is the reference required to get the data, because you are the player and you're playing this character. And now we need health values from the third person character. So we're going back to the third person character now. And we are going to add a float called HP, which is our health. We're gonna copy that and paste it and call it max HP, which is the max amount of health we have. Then we want to do that again for MP, which is our mana points. We want to copy that again for max MP. And then we want to get stamina. And then we want to get max stamina. Compile. What I also like to do, by the way, is save on compile and then on success only. Otherwise, you're always clicking on compile and save, but if you do this, it will automatically save it. So now we have these values. We need to set them up real quick. So our base HP is 100, max HP is 100, our base stamina is 100, or our base mana is 100, base stamina is also 100, and the max stamina is also 100. Now, what we'll do is in the HUD, we will get the HP value, and we will get the max HP value, and then we will divide them like so and place them in there. Now to test this, we can create keyboard event 1, and then we can cause ourselves some damage. So a very easy way to do this is to just set HP, which is the value of the HP, and then we do a minus, and then we get the HP value, and then it's minus 25, for example. And now we can test it. So if we press 1, you see that we get damage. You see that there's 25 points getting deducted from our HP bar right there. So it works. It works. Let's keep this. Let's keep this here as well. So now we just need to do this for the rest. So we need to go to mana bar, create binding. We cast to a third person character. We get player character. We get mana. MP. Oh, sorry. MP. It's all the way down, I think. Yeah. Get MP. Max MP. Get max MP. Divide it. Sorry. Yeah, divide it. And then set that up. Now we can just copy this. Go to the stamina bar. Paste this. Stamina. Max stamina. Divide it. Set it up. So now we have everything set up. We got our health, we got our mana, and we got our stamina. Now we're going to add one more thing, and that is when we run, we want our stamina to decrease. And then we want, when the stamina reaches 0, we want it to stop running. And then when, and then we also want our stamina to recharge. So this sounds like a lot of stuff, but it's actually not that difficult. First, we're going to make the stamina recharging system. So we're going to event tick. And from here, we're going to place a sequence. Now this sequence is going to basically allow us to do more things from the event tick, and we're going to need that later. We're going to place a do once. This will allow the game to only run this once. And then we're going to have a branch. And this branch is going to check if the value of the stamina is more or equal than the max stamina value. So in this case, it's going to check, is stamina 100? If it is 100, it's not going to do anything, and it's going to the reset. All right? So let me make this more clear. There we go. If it is not equal or more, so it's below 100, then we're going to add. So we're going to set stamina. We're going to do a little additive, a little plus. Then we're going to add 1 stamina. And then we're going to set it as well. There we go. And this is the stamina recharge system. So stamina recharge system. And now we want that when you run, it takes stamina off. So we have the running system set up here. Now what we want to do is we want to make a state that says is running. And this state will be a Boolean. A Boolean is either yes or no. So we want to set this one to true when it's running. And we want to set this one to false if it's not running. So now the game knows if you're running or not. Then what we want to do is we want to create a do once again from the even tick. And we want to check with the branch. So you can also just type in branch, but I hold B and then I click once. And this branch is going to check is running. If it is running, or if it is not running, if it is not running, it doesn't do anything. So you can just hold it like that. But if it is running, then it's going to set stamina minus 2 stamina, or make it 3 stamina. Set the stamina in here, so it's minus 3 stamina per tick. Then there's going to be a branch again, and that's going to be the same branch as over here. So it's going to check if the stamina is more or less. In this case, wait, sorry, that's not right what I'm saying. It's going to be the stamina equal or less than 0. If it is not equal or less than 0, it's going to reset. Nothing will happen. If it is more, or if it's not less than equal to 0, it's going to reset. Nothing will happen. But if it is equal or 0, what will happen is it will turn the character back to walking speed automatically. And then it will reset as well. Running no stamina system. Right. Let's test this out. So we're running. And as this goes way too fast, by the way. But we are running, and that doesn't really seem right. Wait, do we have enough? We got 100 stamina. Oh, shoot. I meant to add some delays in here. So before the branch starts, we need to add, no, actually, but so after here, we need to actually add a delay of about that much. Otherwise, it goes way too fast. And the same for here. We need to add a small delay here too. So just drag from the end, add a small delay to the reset, and then that should be fine now. But it is not recovering. Give me a second here. Okay, I fixed it. So basically, I had the branch the other way around. So the true should go back to the reset and the false should go continue. So if this is actually the same value or more, if that is false, then it should add, and if it's true, then nothing happens. Then I added a delay, as I did. And with this one, well, all I did is I added delay to the false that is going back to the do once. Otherwise, this is going super fast, right? And we don't want that. We want it to be a little bit slower. And you can adjust these values of this delay. You can, and this delay. You can adjust that, and this one actually, because these two do the same thing. And you can adjust that in saying the cost of running, and then also the cost of recharging. So for example, if we were to make this into a variable and we'd say recharging speed, sprinting cost, which is 0.3 or 0.2, which is not actually the cost that goes off, but how fast it goes off. And then this would be the recharging speed. Recharging speed. Then we can actually adjust that later in game. This could be a, so this would be actually cost speed of sprinting prediction. Kind of weird, but it's basically the speed on how fast the 3 goes, gets deducted from the stamina system. So in the recharging speed is how fast it will actually recharge back. So if we set this to 2, it will go really slow. But if we set this to, for example, 0.001, we will get an extremely fast recharging speed of our sprint. Wait, that's not right. Oh, 0.001. It didn't save. I was like, It won't actually take it down because it's recharging faster than we're taking it off. But so that works. We had it on 0.2, I believe. So this works. So the sprinting works. So the moment when we stop sprinting, right? So let me just make this bigger. The moment when we reach the end of our sprinting, it will force us to walk, or at least not run, just jog, right? So now we have a sprinting system, a stamina system, and that's basically how you set that up. All right, hope you guys enjoyed this little tutorial. In this episode, we looked out on how to make health bar, mana bar, stamina bar, and also how to deduct sprinting costs and how to stop the character from sprinting when it reaches 0. A recharge system for the stamina, and we're capable of taking HP off of our character. In the next episode, we're going over what happens if the HP reaches 0 and the character dies. We're also going to create melee attacks that will deduct stamina and also create attack bubbles. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.